Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. Got something nice for you today. Let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, then your goal is, you know the deal, is to know thyself. So you see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question. Do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I am the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my eye, be true. Let's do a little lesson here from the basic daily. No, I'm finished that one. Excuse me. Ancient affirmations from the book of Coming Forth by Day. Y'all know it as the book of the dead, but we know it's coming forth by day. It's affirmations, speaking yourself into existence and conceptualizing God and understanding Him. So I'm going to break that down for you. It's written in Egypt, so I'm going to botch that up a little bit, then I'm breaking down to English. Okay, it goes like this. Nuk Pu Netta. That means I am the supreme divinity. Nuk Pu As. I am Aset. Nuk Netter A Keper Tush. I am the great God, self-created. I don't have a problem following a self-created God. I got a little problem dealing with alien gods and all that other stuff. No, I'm not buying that. So I'm good with this philosophy. Everybody got one. I chose this one. I'm good with that. Ba our pet. Sat our ta. Soul is to heaven. Body belongs to earth. With that concept, I know that physical body ain't going to the heavenly realm, to the next level. Why? It stays here on earth. Nuk, au ka, au baka, au sekem. It's going to be interesting. My mind has pure thoughts. My soul and life force are also pure. I'm pure. Real. All right. Sekem mu ma au set. We know something bad in there. I see set. Let's see. Behold, I am the heir of eternity. Everlastingness have been given to me. That's you, the offspring of Asar. That's what Haru says. Nuk as a nihi ireta nafateta. What that means. Behold, I am the eternity. I did that already. Excuse me. Sekim. Mu ma set. Okay, there you go. That's what I just read. It says, I have gained power in the water as I conquered Set, which was represented by greed, lust, and ignorance. When you eradicate those out of your character, you become a better person. Those are satanian qualities. You want to rid yourself of them. Rex, Ab, Sekim, Hata, I know my heart. I have gained power over my heart. That's the way of saying I know thyself. Because that's where God dwells, in the heart. So you saying I know my heart, you saying I know thyself. Na, Ut, Neb, Am, Pet, Am, Ta. I know Ta is earth. The power is within me to what? Open all doors where? In heaven and earth. We getting there. These are all affirmations from ancients. It's going to get better. I got another page for you. Now let's talk about this one. Nuk sa baf. It means I am a spirit with my soul. The ba and the ka. Excuse me. Ama su in panada. Panada, excuse me. Sau. Ka su eminent in paneta again. A tawana ma kweta pa haru. See what that means? Mouthful there. God, thyself. Hello, right there. Oh, excuse me. I'm about to freak out. Give thyself to God. When? Daily. Keep thyself daily. For who? God. And let tomorrow be as today. Yeah, this is my favorite phrase. You do God all day. Today. When it works out for you, what? You do it again tomorrow. That's what. And Hara-um. That means the divine self, O-M or A-U-M. That's the first letters to what? Meditation. How you hear God go, when he's chanting, That's the first chant. You can put any name you want to that, any sound you want, but that's just the initial sound. The Asar, Aset, Haru. That means the divine self, expressing as the Trinity. Asar, spirit, Aset, wisdom, and Haru, me and you. The offspring of that means what? Life. Humans. Okay? Spiritual beings in the flesh. With spirit and wisdom and knowledge to what? Know thyself. Those are things you need to make that possible. Recitation of the name of the divine can be performed as a what? Means to control the mind and direct it toward the divine. Keep your mind on God. Keep God on your mind. Anything else, secondary. But start with God. And we call God who? The bird child. That means the all-encompassing existence, the absolute, the one. I tell you, everything comes from the one. Now let's talk Amun, Rapata. I know all of them. It says the divine self, expresses as the Holy Trinity, which is Amun, meaning hidden, the witnessing consciousness, where you end up in the end. Ra is your mind. That's what you use to get in contact. And Pata is the physical universe, a.k.a. us. In the following Indian, we have a mantras from India. They say, you might have heard these before. I love my neighbor as myself. Christians, I might sound a little familiar. It says, I am the embodiment of service, selfless service. I care for all human beings and all living beings in the universe as I care for my very self. Love thy neighbor like you love yourself. Sounds familiar? I care for all nature as I care for, again, my very own body. When I came enlightened, I don't step on insects. I don't just Stuff I used to not care about or think about, now I actually care. So I don't do certain things no more. Stepping on the ant might be insignificant to me, but so yeah, I'm a little more conscious of that. That's dealing with nature. Okay, let nature live. Moving on. Thus, they asserted this one. Assert within yourself. This is another affirmation. I am divine. What you mean? It means I am not this mind and body with their negative thoughts and desires. I am the self, the internal, who is like a bird that is free to roam the vast expansions of the sky. I am not this perishable body. He thought he was. So when the body started grinding out, he got scared. I am not this perishable body that is what? A conglomeration of earthly elements put together that will someday what? Return back to the earth, which is coming. All the elements in the body come from the earth. And what's not of the body, the spirit that's in it, is not of earth. It's from somewhere else. It's alien to earth. Why? It's heaven bound. And I am the what? The spirit which is subtle and free of all associations of the body. Told you, whatever happened to the body, don't expect spirit. Spirit don't get bothered by none of that. I am free from what? All associations of the body, be they a family, country, etc. But these associations of the body may have a particular value where in the world of time and space, but they do not in any way affect or hamper the real me, which is my spirit and my soul that's inside the body. Thus, you can assert this one. Oh, this is a good one. You ready? The king of God, the kingdom, sorry, I missed all of that. The kingdom of God is what? Within me. This is why I don't subscribe to a religion. Why? They put God outside of man. I don't subscribe to that. That's why. Simple. I ain't got nothing against it, but if you telling me God is up high, God's in the burning bush, God talking to you from outside of you, I'm not buying it. So the kingdom of heaven is within. Why would he say that? Let's find out. I have nowhere to go, nowhere to seek, nowhere to search for the greatest treasure of all, where exists, because what? It is within me. If we all knew that, we won't be so caught up and lost about a whole bunch of other nonsense. Knowing thyself makes all this. This is all qualifications for knowing thyself. Why? Because it's within me already, and it always was. We just got to figure it out. Within my heart lies the what? Source of all happiness. This thing in here, right in your chest, that's where God dwells. I am the abode of all fulfillment. All I need to do in order to discover this treasure, pay attention, is to open my heart by what? Discarding the illusions and the ignorance in which cloud my mind. The ego self had to be conquered. I look not to the world of time and space, but to the eternity and the infinite, which is what? Within me. Again, all this stuff is within you. I look not to the vanity. How you look? I want to get out that lesson. I do not look to the vanity of my body, but to the peace of what? My innermost self. And they said what? I am that I am. If you just say I, that's the ego. It doesn't edge God out. Am is God. That's the part that makes you part of God. The am, the I is just you. So they understood that. So that's why he kept telling you the ego represents what? Edging God out. The ego don't know God. Moving on. Oh, this is a good one. This is what your boy said. I and the Father are one. I say it now, but I'm saying it knowing that my Father is still within me, so we're still one. That ain't hard to understand. But, oh, he spoke in parables. He was speaking, y'all just didn't understand what he was saying. Watch this. I got a whole paragraph for this. This statement, try to break it down for you, has the most ancient origin. So it didn't come from Jesus. That's what I want you to understand. It has the most ancient origin and is one of the highest spiritual teachings. Know thyself, Father and God, Father and I are one. That's what it is. It exists where? Watch this. In ancient Egyptian mysteries and even in the Indian Vedantic teachings, and is used as a heka, words of power, and a mantra. Again, I and the Father are one, the mantra. And to be repeated with what? Deep understanding and feeling by those aspirants, right thinkers, who what? Who want to direct their minds toward their essential nature, aka their higher self, the supreme self, God, thyself. You, as an individual, must now at least realize that you are the focus of the what? The Christian movement. I just told you that's where he got it from. He didn't create it. He used it, and it was part of your movement. Not you, watch this, but your ego personality, your body, your name, your family, etc. But the innermost self within you, when Jesus stated what? That he and the Father are one, what was he saying? He was not referring to his personality, again, not the ego self. He was referring to his innermost self, his higher self. He was also not referring to God as the creator Father sitting up on the throne in heaven somewhere, but because these are what? The mental concepts and images that humans beings have created in their own minds. And the terms the Father and God are metaphors for what? To explain that which transcends all human conceptions. When we think of God, and we do, but using a better understanding with this new understanding, if they would break it down for you, it wouldn't be so hard to understand. But half the people that follow it misunderstand it also. But we should what? Begin to think about that which is what? Without a name or form. We give him identity, okay? That which is all pervasive and eternal, and that which is what? Not personal. Look within what? Yourself. Your soul is all of these things. Also, when what? When you sleep, your ego is not there. Your conscience is not there. Okay? So you do not have a name or form when what? Yet you continue to exist. Therefore, you are not your ego self. You just identify. Reflect constantly on what? On this personal relationship between what? You and your inner self. And the inner self of all creation is God. And because they are one and the same, this ecstatic union, that mystical experience with what? With the divine was a beautifully described by Teresa de Jesus, also popularly known as what? Teresa of Avila. The soul neither sees, hears, nor understands while she is united to God. God establishes what? Himself in the interior of all hearts and soul of man and woman in such a way that when they come to themselves, it's now impossible for you to doubt that you have been what? One with God and God in you. So does that beauty and majesty when it's stamped on the soul and in the brain that nothing can drive it from your memory. The soul is no longer the same. It's been changed. It's been transformed. It's been illuminated. It's been enlightened. And it's always what? Now it's unraptured, meaning it's untouchable. It's good to go. Thus, and you assert what? I, which is your inner self, not the ego self, am one with the innermost reality of all that exists, which transcends all outer manifestations, all names, all forms. This is the internal and the realization of the divinity where within you. I'm almost there. I got one more, and this is the best one of all. When you assert boldly, when you can make this statement, the kingdom of the Father is spread upon the earth, and I see it. Do you? If you recognize nature, you recognize we didn't make it, we didn't manifest it, so it's got to be done by somebody else. This world, this universe, my body, my loved ones, all human beings are what? Merely manifestations of the divine conscious. All of this is a reflection of the innermost self, who is what? Eternal and infinite. In the innermost self, I, the innermost self, and the am, which is the sustainer, which is God. I told you, I is you understanding yourself, identify. But the am is the spirit that sustains the I. So you're not the I, you're not the ego. But watch this. The am is the sustainer of this reality. As I sustain my dreams when I go to sleep, in the vastness of what? My mind. You can't dream or think outside of what's in the capacity of your thought process. All that I see is just a reflection of what? The innermost self and everything that's here. All this is what? The kingdom, the queendom, aka of heaven. Heaven and hell is a state of mind and a state of being, depending on the condition your ass is in. Like George tell you, if your mind is free, your ass will follow. But if you enslaved, you bogged down, you panicking, you fearing, you will be in hell. Simple as that. State of mind. Therefore, taking it in, both eternally and externally, I have what? Discovered the transcendental reality for myself. And every individual have to do that for themselves, aka knowing thyself. I am, watch this, all this. This is the eternal realization of what? The divinity in all creation, including humans. That's what God does. He creates and he gets in his creation to sustain it so it can do whatever it needs to do individually. We are all individual God conscious. You had to figure that out for yourself. That's why he gave you the identity and the ability to what? Comprehend, to think. Animals can't. That's the lesson. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you understood it. Moving on. And in closing, right thinkers, may y'all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So none of my right thinkers have passed away. I appreciate the comments. I'll be back. You know the deal.